And I'll tell you what, this has got to be one of the coolest things I've seen. This is a thermometer, and you're going, yeah, what's cool about that? It's a thermometer that I don't ever have to touch a person's body or my own and be able to get an accurate temperature reading. With a press of a button and a point at my head, I just found out my temperature is 97.7. It is cold in here, so it is accurate.
That's about average, right? I know how great. So not only do you have to, touch yourself if you're not feeling well, but most importantly, you don't have to wake up a sleeping child or maybe somebody that just had surgery, and you're not cross-contaminating. So I have 3 children, so it's so comforting to know that if one of my children have the flu and maybe I'm concerned about the other, I'm not putting the same thermometer in their mouths. Or I have mine on Celsius. You can do Fahrenheit or Celsius.
Very cool.
But I also love the fact that as soon as you get this home, the batteries are embedded into the unit itself. So you never have to worry, is this accurate? No, of course it's accurate. It's very accurate because you never have to change the batteries.
Wonderful. It's the ARC InstaTemp non-touch instant read thermometer. We have it at a feature price of less than $35. Again, brand new this month. And what's it using? Infrared technology?
Yeah, it's a patented chip, and this is made by a medical device company out of Europe. And it's very cutting edge, it's patented, and it's so important to know that, see, this child here is asleep, and you would not want to wake up somebody if they're sleeping, especially if they're not feeling well. It's slightly lit, so you can definitely read it in the dark. If you notice, there's a little light on the unit itself that will come up green. Oh my gosh, the sick husband, right?
Oh my gosh, the bigger they get, the more baby-like they are, right?
So you can totally read it in the dark. It's going to light up green if there is no temperature, if you're healthy.
Okay.
It will come up orange if you're in the danger zone, and it will come up red. It will light up red if you actually do have a fever. But it's so important to know that this is made by a medical device company out of Europe, and that it does not need batteries. It's it's going to be accurate for the life of the unit itself.
Well, how long?
Well, you can do about 7,500 readings. So that would be, 75 readings. It would last 100 years, so it definitely has a long life. Yeah.
Okay, and again, show me how to make sure that I'm using it correctly, because I'm not. It's so different.
There's a little tiny place right here that your finger will find to take a temperature. So you just literally find that, and then I'm going to take this right up to my forehead. I'm going to be about an inch away.
Okay.
I just point at my forehead, and there's my reading. I'm 98, and as you can see, this little color button right here turned green. That's because I do not have a fever. I'm nice and healthy. Okay. So I can take your temperature also.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to take mine again. And 98.
Yeah.
I warmed up a little bit.
So you know what's so great? Did you notice you don't hear anything?
No beeping.
That's so important.
You don't have to hold it there for a minute.
Yeah, there's no
like you
touch.
would if you put it underneath your tongue. You got to have it in there for a minute. I have one of those lobe thermometers where I run it across the forehead.
Right.
Well, I have 2 young children. Half the time they don't sit still. Sometimes when I'm trying to roll it across the forehead, it's kind of shaky. I don't know. I don't really trust sometimes if I'm getting an accurate reading, so I'm taking it 5 times over. This is quick. It's efficient. You're right. It's very hygienic.
Oh my goodness, that's so important.
See,
you're completely healthy. I'll do mine real quick to show everyone. But I like the fact that the screen is so easy to read. If you compare this to a traditional thermometer, this is about an inch wide. How in the heck can you read this, especially in the middle of the night? Look how tiny that is. It's hard for me to see. I don't know the proper way to clean this. I'm always, you're supposed to use probes with a lot of them, even the ones that are supposed to be a little bit more modern. If it has batteries, it is the capability of not being accurate. So with our InstaTemp, it is easy, it's instant, and it's always going to be accurate because it's actually a medical device. And I love the fact too that 9 times out of 10, if you are taking someone's temperature, it's because there is an illness, and you definitely do not want to give those germs from family member to family member.
Absolutely. And remember, anytime you call a doctor, especially if you have young ones, they want to know the temperature right away. And you want to be able to tell the doctor what that is, because it's going to depend whether they want you to bring them in or they want you to just keep the little ones home. I love how easy this is to use. I cannot believe that I sit here and you don't have to even hold the button down. You just point, you press it once, you see that light go on, And there we are again, 97.9. You see, it has not fluctuated more than just that 0.1,
Right.
that number, whether it was 97.8 or 97.9. It's accurate, it's easy, it's brand new this month. Already 800 have been ordered, and I see why. It's less than $35.
Yeah.
That's the average price for one of those ear thermometers that
Oh
I
my
always feel
gosh.
terrible. My kids were scared of. That's why I got the one that runs across their
Right.
forehead, because they were like, "You're not putting anything in my ear."
Well, you know what, Stacey? 9 times out of 10 with a child, if they're sick, a lot of times they have an earache. And it's so horrible to say, I know you're feeling horrible, I know you have an earache, let me put this in your ear. Well, that's crazy. But to be able to have an actual medical device at your own fingertips in your own home that's completely silent, so you're not going to wake up a sleeping baby, you're not going to wake up maybe an elderly person that just had an operation. You can do it on yourself. If you live by yourself, this is a
That's
great
the
thing to
thing,
have
yes.
because no one's going to say to you, Stacey, you look flush, or Stacey, you look glassy. Do you feel okay? So it's very important for everyone, and I'm just so happy to know as a mom that I'm not cross-contaminating my children. That's very, very important.
And I love the instant results.
Yeah.
It takes a second. It's item V32974, the ARC InstaTemp non-touch instant read thermometer. Janine, thanks so much for coming back.
Thank you.
So I'll see you in a bit. She's going to have that beautiful heat therapy pad.